All right, as you're doing your walk around, you introduce your car in position one. You talked about the engine compartment in position two. In position three, you're kind of going to walk to the side of the car. And if I have a car and this is the front, right, I'm going to sort of come to the side of the car and approach this very angle. Now, this is angle, you should be familiar with it. This is the angle that you see in the Car and Driver magazines. You see it as the first thumbnail in any car that they're ever selling, right? Because you can see the grill of the car, you can see the side of the car, and you can see a little bit of the tail of the car. Now, this is the most attractive, the most aesthetic of angles. You can see the wheels, you can really see the lines, and if it's been built aerodynamically, I think you could really appreciate it from this specific angle. So, guess what we're focusing on during this position three. We're going to look at the grille, we're going to look at the lights, we're going to look at the fit and finish. We're also going to look at the wheels, the lines, the crumple zones again, side impact beams. You could talk about safety, whatever it is. You could talk about the doors, the automatic locks. Tons of things that you could talk about the lines and the design, and you can give them a little tidbit about the design. Here's a little tip. When you're doing a presentation, most customers know about the cars. They know because they've been researching and they're going to spend a bunch of money, so they usually do a little bit of research. And research does show that customers visit on average about 1.2 different dealerships every time they buy a car. So that means that they're research and they know exactly what they want. But in order for you to be a trusted professional, you have to provide some sort of insight. You have to appear, even if you're not, to be a complete expert in the brand. So the way you do that is by offering a tidbit or a sort of anecdote that they absolutely will have no knowledge about. When you provide that, when you give them that tidbit, they're going to put you in a different category. You are now an expert. You know way more than they would ever. So even if that's not the case, so always give them a little anecdote. Talk about the design. Talk about the history behind that design. If you happen to know the designer name or the team, really talk about it. If you know the thought behind how that car was designed, really talk about it. In position three, where you're going to have that whole side of the car, you have a lot of canvas to work with. So use your skills. Put your selling hat on and really sell that car so they can really appreciate it. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, we'll continue on, and thank you so much for watching, and enjoy the rest of it. Thank you so much, and happy selling.